Protests against police brutality and systemic racism are spreading beyond cities and...
We're coming on the air with the latest on the wave of protests and unrest taking place at this hour across the country.
But the vast majority of people that you see in these protests are people that, haven't protested for anything or haven't done it in a long time. They're not part of an organized group, but many, many people have sort of taken up the rallying cry.
But you come home and you can't wait to see your kids get home to know that they made it home safely. And it's not because of crime, but it's because of how the society views them and responds to their everyday behavior.
This past summer has helped bring to light many of the existing structural injustices within our country. My classmates and I wanted to explore more on how racial inequality and wealth disparities impact the lives of our teenage peers by looking at the school-to-prison pipeline.
The school-to-prison pipeline is a funnel that takes children out of schools and forces them into juvenile detention centers. Once a child is in a center, a record is created that connects them to the criminal justice system. This is just the beginning of their journey to prison. But what led our criminal justice system to strip children of their education and make prisons the primary source of discipline? Statistically, most arrests are against children of color. Black students are 3 times more likely to be suspended or expelled than white students, and it starts as early as preschool. While black preschoolers are 18% of the population, there are 48% of those who have been suspended twice.
When schools outsource discipline, they unfairly target students of color, exacerbating the racial disparities already present in the criminal justice system.
To further our understanding of the school-to-prison pipeline, we interviewed Lewis Webb Jr., the coordinator of the Healing Justice Program at the American Friends Service Community. He works to reduce paths to incarceration and increase opportunities for release through sentencing and parole reform.
My brother did 22 years in prison because of a murder conviction. And during that time, watching how my family responded to that reality and the challenges it presented to us financially, emotionally, and just watching my mom age as a result of having a young man and son incarcerated, it caused me to rethink my role in society. AFSC is an organization that is committed to human dignity. If we are going to have any impact on the world, one of the areas we need to focus on is how we treat people in prison. And as a Quaker organization, we also had to take some ownership in our role as a community to the current prison system. So AFSC said, you know what, we need to step up and we need to step into this in a way that can show that there are better ways to respond to these problems than punishment and retribution. And that's what we do. We promote healing. Prison is an isolating environment. The walls are there for a reason. We send them away to remove them from community. And we do it in ways that really are harmful. And so part of the healing justice work at AFSC is to heal from that harm by being allies to those incarcerated. I also have the pleasure of coordinating the national work of the American Friends Service Committee's healing justice programs. And there we have recently decided to be very clear in our abolitionist stance. AFSC has been for many years a prison abolition organization, but we are now challenging ourselves to be penal system abolitionists. So we are looking at a world without police, a world without jails and prisons, a world without punishment. We are currently drafting a position statement that we will share to let us know that, there are other ways to deal with community conflict than the strategies we have now.
For there is another kind of violence, slower, but just as deadly destructive as the shot or the bomb in the night. This is the violence of institutions, indifference, inaction.
It's a damn shame that there's such a connection between what we do now and what he was challenging us to do 60 years ago. The fact that that level of racial injustice is just so clear and dominant still is a testament to his prophetic voice. He warned us that if we don't fix it, it's not going to go away. He challenged us to listen to young people.